All Father, give me some.
Hey, what's up guys, Nick here, welcome back to another Apex Legends tip video. About a week ago now, I uploaded a tip video on how to level up faster in Apex Legends, and well, that video, to put it lightly, kind of blew past all of my expectations. Whenever I upload a video like that is completely different to anything that I usually upload, I always get a little bit nervous, a little bit scared that it's going to really underperform, or just not get nearly as many views as what I would hope it would. But the YouTube algorithm has completely blessed me, so thank you all for checking out that video. I hope you did enjoy it, and I have another tip video here today for all of you. Last time I showed you guys how to level up faster, but today's video is about aiming better so you can hopefully get more kills and hopefully get more wins within Apex Legends. I do want to say though very quickly that this video is more so aimed at console players because I'm going to be talking about using a gamepad instead of a keyboard and mouse. There's two reasons for that. One, I play the game on Xbox myself, so I don't really have that much knowledge on how to aim better with a keyboard and mouse, so I'm not going to make a video that I know nothing about. And secondly, I actually received a lot of comments on my original video asking me to make an aiming video, so here you are. I am hopefully pleasing the people who are wanting this. But I will say the difference between PC and console players is pretty massive. I hear that crossplay is going to become a thing, so if I have to play against someone like Shroud, I am going to be very terrified.
One down. One more team. One team dead, one's down, another one. Another one down. Another one dead. They're all dead. Those
Wow. If you guys end up enjoying the video, make sure you drop a like on it. I would really appreciate it. And remember to hit that subscribe button for future Apex Legends content. I have so many really awesome and fun ideas for future videos, so you don't want to miss them. So every new sub is very appreciated. But I'm now in game, so I'm going to start this video off by showing you guys my settings so you can hopefully try and find whatever works for you. If you're trying to improve your aim, starting with the settings is the best place to start. There are so many different things you can customize about the settings, so everything is very important. I always see YouTubers doing best settings videos and stuff like that, and to be honest with you, I think those videos are completely useless. Every person is different, everyone has their own preferred style of play, their own sensitivity they like playing at, so copying another YouTuber or streamer, it won't really help you out that much. But I thought I would share what I have changed about my settings so you guys can go into the settings yourself and find whatever works for you. So I'm going to start with the button layout here. I did change from default. I play on button puncher. The only reason why I play on button puncher is because it kind of reminds me of my Halo 5 layout. I'm a huge Halo player, so I like playing on a similar button layout for every FPS game that I do play. But obviously you guys should go through all the button layouts here, find whatever one suits you the best, find the one that fits your playstyle, and then just rock that one and just practice with it. But I'm going to be honest with you, I really have not changed that many different things about the different controller options here. I kept them all pretty much default. I have my crouch set to toggle mostly so that I can teabag people very smoothly. My sensitivity is only at 4. It's really not that high. I know it says high there on the screen, but it's not that high. Some people prefer to be a little bit slower, some people prefer to be a little bit higher so they can maybe turn around a little bit faster, but I feel like 4 is a very nice in between. The only other setting that I've really changed is my dead zone. The reason why I changed that in the first place is because my Elite controller has a bit of a stick drift on its right stick, so every so often my character would just start looking up in the sky for no reason, which is really annoying. So setting my dead zone to large kind of stops that from happening, so it's not that big of a difference, doesn't change that many things, but it's just something that I play with. So these are all my settings. If you guys want to copy these just for the sake of this video, and then from here you can go out and try and find your own settings, go for it, or if you already have the settings that you like, then rock them. Okay guys, we're now in the training mode, so I'm going to show you how exactly you should go about trying to improve your aim. So in my opinion, there are 3 things that you should focus on when you're trying to improve your aim in Apex Legends. These 3 things are your recoil, your bullet drop, and also leading your shots when trying to kill a target. Some weapons in this game do have a different fire rate. Some are single fire, burst, or fully auto. Then you also have shotguns and sniper rifles and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different weapons within this game. I'm going to start from the top and show you guys how you should actually try and fix any recoil that the weapons give. I do want to point out though that every weapon is different, so the spray pattern of every weapon is different. So right now I'm using the R99, but it's going to be completely different compared to an LMG, for example. If you have no idea what recoil is, basically whenever you fire your weapon, it's not going to go directly in a straight line. If you play a game like Call of Duty or Halo or something like that, the weapons always fire basically like a laser across the map. But if you play a game like CSGO or Apex Legends, the weapons do act a little bit differently. So if I fire directly at this wall, you'll notice that the weapon does go up a little bit. So if I fire now, you can see that the bullet trails go up the wall. It's not a complete direct line at one spot. Now, how you actually combat this happening is whenever you're firing, you hold down slightly on the right stick so that you're kind of pulling your weapon back down, so you're keeping it under control. So I'm going to do my best to show a good example of trying to fix this, so I'm not spraying directly up in a line. I'm keeping it kind of centered in one spot. So this is me trying to control the recoil on the R99. So as you can see, the difference here is pretty massive. Over here, when I didn't try and control the recoil, it goes up in a straight line. While over here, where I'm trying to control the bullet spray, it's a lot more centered. All I have to do is pull down on my right stick and it's a lot more centered. While over here, whenever I'm trying to actually fix the recoil by pulling down on the right stick, you can see that the bullets are a lot more centered. Obviously, it's not perfect, but you know, this is just for testing purposes. Jumping into training mode here is a really good way to practice. I know that's the most generic advice you'll ever hear from one of these YouTube videos, but training modes in games are very useful because it does let you actually practice with any weapon you want before jumping out there into the wilds of the game and getting murdered because you have no idea what to do. So I'm just going to give another example. This time I'll be using the Spitfire, which is an LMG, a lot more of a powerful weapon, so you can see just the difference that it does make. So this is me not actually trying to control the recoil whatsoever. This is just the weapon firing by itself. So as you can see, when you fire your weapon, they'll always kind of go up in a certain direction. So this is me trying to control the Spitfire by holding down on my right stick, trying to control the recoil. So again, it's not absolutely perfect, but you can see they are a lot more centered. The bullets have been kept basically in one spot. If I'm firing at another player as they're running along, I don't want to have to fire above their heads. I'm trying to keep my target completely centered in the middle of my sight. So by slightly pulling down on my right stick as I'm firing, it keeps it way more centered and will make sure that I'm actually aiming at my target the entire time. Okay guys, so the next point I'm going to cover is bullet drop and how you should always try and accommodate for that. Obviously, if you're up close or even medium range to your target, you don't really have to worry about it that much, but if you're a little bit farther away from your target, you should take into account that your bullet will not travel in a direct straight line. It will drop down just a little bit. So training mode isn't really the best place for this, as well the targets are stationary, they're not moving whatsoever, so it's kind of hard to show this point in training mode. But I'll put a couple clips on the screen right now where I had to take bullet drop into account so that you can kind of see how I actually corrected it. But a tip for actually fixing bullet drop, all you have to do is aim slightly above your target. If the bullet is going to drop down, you aim slightly above and the bullet will drop down and hopefully hit the target if they're pretty far away. If I'm sitting here trying to hit this target from across the range and I'm firing at it, you can see the bullet is dropping a little bit down below where my reticle is. This is not as far away as it could be. As I said, training mode isn't the best place to kind of give an example on this, but if I aim up more on the target, you can see that I will hit the target and hit it every single time just by aiming up a little bit. But basically, if you want to fix bullet drop, aim above the target's head, the bullet will drop down and hopefully hit them. Again, every weapon is different for this. You're gonna have to play about and find what weapons you kind of play with the best, see what ones you feel are most comfortable whenever you're trying to accumulate for bullet drop. Obviously, a sniper rifle will be better for this because they're kind of built for longer range targets and stuff like that. But if you're using some kind of assault rifle or something like that, then you'll have to aim a little bit higher up just to try and hit that target, because obviously they're not really built for that. Okay, so moving on to the third point, which is leading your shot, which is probably the most difficult thing to get down in this game. Obviously, if someone is getting shot at in this game, they will do their best to try and avoid those shots by strafing left and right or up and down or whatever direction they can go in. So it's up to you to try and practice your shots and try and lead your shots as best you can to counteract this person running away from you. So in training mode, there are some different targets that move along like this, so you can use them to try and trace your targets so you can lead your shots alongside them, so you can try and get a feel for what it's like to trace your targets and track alongside them. Obviously, I was shooting very slowly there, so it's not that difficult, but if I go full auto while it's also moving along, it's going to be a lot harder to hit. The more you come into training mode and practice, it will become a lot easier as you will get used to how much you have to trace and move your reticle alongside the target. Obviously, these targets are a lot bigger than an actual player, so the best practice you'll get is by jumping into an actual match and playing against people. But for me, I find the best way to trace my target is by using both my sticks, so I not only just stand still and then move my right stick alongside them, I also move my left stick so I'm able to track my target as they move. So obviously if they're going left and right, I'm able to counteract that by moving alongside them while also moving my aimer at the same time. So for this example, I'm not going to move at all. I'm just going to move my reticle. It becomes a lot harder for me to trace my target if I'm just standing still. Whereas if I actually walk alongside it, you know, I'm moving along with the target, I'm able to trace them a lot easier because I'm also tracking their movement with my own movement. But moving on from that, a few notes that I want you guys to keep in mind is that some weapons do have different fire rates. Some are single fire, some are burst, some are full auto. Shotguns again are completely different, and sniper rifles as well. So the Hemlock here is a weapon that is single fire and burst. Whenever you pick it up, it should be in burst fire mode. So this will make shooting targets a little bit more interesting because obviously it only fires 3 bullets at a time instead of just kind of spraying like a maniac at someone. I personally enjoy the Hemlock when it's in single fire mode the best. You do that by pressing left on the D-pad. You're able to lay down quite a bit of damage while also staying very, very accurate with the weapon because you're firing a little bit slower. But as you get more used to this weapon in single fire, you can actually fire basically as fast as you like. So you can do a lot of damage very, 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 very fast if you're a very experienced player with this weapon. So I would highly suggest picking up the Hemlock whenever you get the chance because this weapon does a ton of damage if you're able to hit every single shot. So I'm gonna try and do as much damage as I can on this target with the Hemlock. Hopefully I can hit every single shot. There you go, 324 damage. And that was in one clip with the Hemlock because I hit every single shot. But those are most of the tips that I have for you guys. Controlling your recoil, the bullet drop, the fire rate of weapons, and also leading your shot is very, very key if you want to try and improve your aim. So hopefully some of the tips that I give you guys are somewhat helpful. Obviously listening to my tips will make you a better player, but nothing will improve you more by jumping into a game and actually practicing for yourself. So get out there, play some Apex, and try and become a better player by actually getting into the action. I know it can be tough if you're a brand new player, but I feel like jumping into the hot zone straight away and just picking up a gun and trying to kill as many people as possible is the best practice you can get. Yes, you'll probably die a lot, but you'll also hopefully get into a lot of gunfights so you can practice what it's like to actually fire and kill other people with the weapons in the game. So the best type of practice you can get is by actually getting out there and doing the real thing. So I hope you guys find these tips useful. I hope what I had to say is going to be helpful for improving your aim in Apex Legends. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below and subscribe if you're brand new. I have a lot more Apex videos coming in the near future. Thank you all so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.